So take another moment here just to kind of roll your shoulders, move your neck a little bit, your face muscles. And then once you're done moving, settle into good posture practice. Feet about parallel, hips width distance. Running some active energy up the thighs, glutes, the core. Shoulders back and down, head back, back of the neck elongated. Mouth sealed, tongue to the top of the mouth. Face relaxed. So once body awareness is established, posture, more integrity in your posture, some breath work. A slow inhale in your nose, maybe pausing at the top, and then a slow exhale, maybe even pausing at the bottom of the exhale. So it is a 4-part breath, a slow inhale, a brief hold at the top, a slow exhale, and then maybe a brief retention of the breath or exhale hold at the bottom. So in modern, it's called like box breathing or Kriya breath in yoga, where we elongate an inhale, slowing it down, holding the breath at the top, elongating the exhale, holding the breath out at the bottom. Last few moments. If you're just joining, we took a moment to connect to the body with subtle movements, practice postural awareness, standing tall. And now we're working on pranayama, the connection of the conscious awareness to the breath. So your mind's eye is following the breath, okay? Last few moments. Remember to always add some of your things like intention setting, a mantra, an om if you'd like, at the start of practice here. All right, yogis, first movement. Think of it like the Surya Kriya, but slow to start. On your next inhale, your arm's gonna reach forward, palms face down. Notice my palms face forward. I put my weight in my heels, I engage my legs. My hips go forward, I stretch the front body. I'm lengthening up and back, okay? You don't have to go very deep, but feel some intensity and tension through the front body. I'm reaching up, back, okay? And then nice and slow, start to forward fold. Notice the knees are bent, the spine is long. I take a moment down here, tucking the chin, stretching the back of the neck. You could even grab the heels a little bit, pulling, trying to straighten the legs more, but notice knees are quite bent to start. And what we're going to do is repeat this a few more times. Bent knees, strong, long spine. Inhale up, palms up, forward, little back bend. Just notice, I'm not arching my back, sticking my butt out. I'm actually taking that arch out, bringing my pubic bone forward, hips go forward, weight in the heels, squeeze the thighs and the butt, arms up and back. And then exhale, forward fold. Nice and slow, pausing down here for a breath or 3. Inhale back up. Stretching the front body, engaging the legs. Should be a little awkward and difficult, all right? You don't have to go very deep now. It is first exercise, okay? Back up, down, forward fold. Last 2 or 3. You know, some days we do this faster. I'm just giving you a very slow variation. Okay, back up, inhale. Palms are forward, arms are trying to straighten, but don't tense your traps too much. Try to relax the shoulders from the ears. Forward fold. You know, each time you might be able to go like an inch deeper, you know, centimeter deeper, and you might pull a little stronger on the heels or add a different variation slightly. You know, we could even throw the arms behind the back and intertwine fingers. You can even sway side to side a little down there. You know, I encourage a lot of intuitive practice, okay? Personalizing, artistic. One more time, inhale back up. Palms are gonna face forward and slightly up.
And the hips are going to go forward. It should be pretty uncomfortable. Okay. So you're stretching that whole front body. Okay. All through the chest, the hips, the abdomen. Okay. And then after another moment or two there, last time forward folding toward the floor.
And the forward fold to stretch the back body, okay? Next movement here, no rush. We're gonna meet back up. Now, I'm not gonna back bend here. Palms face forward today. What I really want to see here, yogis, is you lifting the core. So we're working on hugging our navel into the back of our spine and up. So the side bodies are lengthening, hugging in. The back is lengthening, hugging in. Navel's in so much, the abdomen is almost like cramping. And everything is lifting. The ribs lift up. The upper body lifts up. Your lower abdomen is already cramping because you're hugging everything in. Shift weight to your right foot. Left knee lifts. Reach up higher. Pull your navel in more. Lift up higher. Everything lifting, hugging in. Left foot down, hugging in. Okay, pull the abdomen in. Right knee lifts. Hold, hold, hold. Pull everything in, but try to relax here a little bit, yogis, the traps, okay? But everything is lifting. Okay, skinnying. Now put that foot down.
Shift the weight to the foot that was lifted. Lift the opposite knee. Hold. Really work on core hugging in. Navel in, up. Side bodies in, up. Ribs up, back up. Okay, right that foot down. Lift the other foot. Last couple times, side to side. Now make it personal. Okay, feel more. It should be a deep burn and almost like cramp in the lower abdomen. Okay. Little focus on that transverse abdomen muscle. Remember, you have this muscle that the muscle fibers don't go like up and down, right? It's the deepest one, and the muscle fibers are actually lateral, horizontal. So they wrap around like a weight belt. You've seen people in the gym wearing those. Remember, when a muscle contracts, the fibers shorten. So when this muscle contracts, it actually gets narrower. So when we work on transverse abdomen, vacuuming and hugging in, you're making your waist skinnier and you're supporting your core in a really incredible way, okay? So remember this one, please. All right, arms down, feet down. When you're ready, let's go for squat kriya. I want to see more movement now. So we did our hinges and our knee lifts, high knees, fundamentals. Here we go. Exhale, bend those knees, get low, arms forward and up, inhale. So a lot of movement, yogis. Exhale, inhale. So I want to think a little bit more like fluid, moving, breathing, heat building. The last couple exercises were a little stiff, okay? Get into the fluid flow. So remember, yogis, it's not a hinge. I'm not going here, okay? We did that as our first exercise. Notice my chest doesn't really go down. This exercise a little bit more for the legs and the arms, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, okay? Continue. You can reverse your squat kriya circling with the arms. Notice how it becomes like a piston of your engine, right? It's up and down, up and down. A lot of breath work here. So I am going to ask you to power breathe right now.
This posture should wake you up.
Remember, just squatting is like the foundation. If there's one exercise you got to master, it's probably squats.
And this is a really nice way I do this in the morning sometimes. I have to get up really early. I want to be awake. One of the main exercises I do. All right. Next exercise. Let's slowly stand up. In between things, shake it out. Our first lunge is our first twist today, and I want you to take it slow to start, all right? Start with your hands intertwined, kind of in front of the navel, the heart area here, okay? And maybe take an inhale up. We did this earlier, but can't beat it doing it more. What I'm going to do is step my left foot back, bring my hands toward my core, and twist to the right. Be easy. It's first twist, okay? My left foot goes back, I twist right. Whatever leg is front, I twist that side. Inhale, back up. Listen, squeeze the butt here. Reach up. Right foot goes back. Back knee might bend. twist left. Feel the core, yogis. Feel the abdominals twisting. Inhale up. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, lunge, twist. Shoulders back and down, navel in. Core, engage. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, reach up. Exhale, right foot back, twist left. Last few, please, on your own.
So it's not really like a bent over twist yet. It's an upright twist. So you're still in good spinal posture. As I step back, just from this view, you can see I'm right here. I'm not like seeing how far I can twist. I'm working on engaging my abdominals, quality. So you should feel those abs light up, okay? It's a big like oblique trainer. Also transverse abdomen I mentioned earlier. Remember if we're talking just torso, there's the big four and the core, the obliques, the rectus abdominis, the transverse abdomen, but then like the lower back too, right? I always include the hips and the psoas and the glutes in the core, but the big four right in the torso. So we're trying to get all those to start practice, okay? When you're done with your twists, stand up, please. Tree pose, a standing meditation. Left foot on the right shin. If you want to go higher, first balance or tonic exercise. Heel into the inner thigh. Arms can go up. If you want a little bit extra, reach up taller. Left hand grabs right wrist. Little side bend. Last 3 breaths. Inhale, back center. Left foot releases. Switching sides. Right hand grabs left wrist. Either right foot on the shin or up on the thigh. Might take that heel up higher, okay? Right hand, left wrist. I reach up. Notice my left palm is to the right. And I reach up. A little side bend. That's just a little kind of twist on a posture you do regularly. Regular tree posture is fine. So it's whatever side is bent, right? We'll kind of go into that side. There's more challenging versions where we go opposite. That's a little awkward because this hip is being pushed over. So remember, if this knee's bent, we bend to that side, okay? And since we've been talking about abdominals today, why don't we add one more thing here after? We're gonna do a little bit of just chaturangas now, kind of switch gears here, make our way down to the floor. But how about we do the abdominal, the transverse activating, okay? Remember, the transverse is what connects to your organ muscles too. So really important to keep this muscle strong so the abdominals don't like hang wide and spread and stuff, okay? So let's release that. Bend your knees, feet a little bit wide. Relax your hands on your thighs. We haven't done this in a while. This is important, yogis. One of the Shat Karmas, the original 6 yoga cleansers. Now listen, I have to verbally tell you because I can't do this as I explain it, okay? So you're gonna take a big inhale in your nose. You're gonna exhale all the air out. So I'm asking you to exhale maximum without too much strain. I want you to try to hold your breath with empty lungs. So at the bottom of your exhale, you're not gonna inhale, you're gonna hold, tuck your chin to your chest, and try to squeeze your pelvic floor and pull your belly button in as much as possible. It might hurt a little bit. It might cramp in the abdomen a little. Now I'll give you the demo, okay? Don't hold it too long. Take an inhale. If you're new to this, it's really good because it's going to teach you to hold your breath at the bottom of your exhale. A lot of us are good at holding on the inhale, but the other part of that category is really holding on the bottom, empty lungs. So try again, take a breath and then big exhale. You got to hold the breath at the bottom and try to vacuum out the abdominal cavity. Everything is hugging in. That's transverse abdominal training. It's pretty much, this and the standing exercise we did are 2 of the top 3 exercises to make your waist skinny, if that interests you, okay? And it's also just excellent for so many other things: core stability, spinal support, pelvic stability, which some people consider number one in biomechanics. And it's also really good for the organs. We are massaging the organs, okay? That abdominal's hugging in, is getting those organs, okay? So we're gonna leave it there for time's sake, but I want you to remember that one. I pretty much do that almost every morning, at least once, twice. You work on holding a little longer. You start with 5 seconds, totally enough, you know, and then you work on holding that in more. And then we get more advanced with isolation methods, but we'll go another day. Let's step to the front of the mat, yogis. Widen your feet, inhale your arms high. Let's bring it down to Yogi Squat. Taking your Yogi Squat for a breath or 3 here. A little chest opener. Right arm in front of your right shin. Left arm goes up. Remember, in Yogi Squat is the main Mula Bandha position, which means I have to squeeze my pelvic floor. The muscles on the bottom of your pelvis, your perineum. You could bring your arm around your back or bind if you'd like for that nice shoulder chest opener. Last breath or 2. Our main goal is to hold Yogi Squat. This is optional. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, Yogi Squat. Left forearm in front of left shin, right arm up. Maybe we wrap it around. The right arm goes around the back, looking for the inner left hip crease. You can see the left arm. Some people start to do this. It's actually in front of the shin and wraps around the front of the knee. So you can see my knee there, okay? It's a tough one. No big deal if you can't do it or, you know, don't feel like it today. Don't let the knee buckle in, okay? Keep those knees open, keep the chest lifting. Squeezing that pelvic floor. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, Yogi Squat. Right to plank pose today, guys. Hands plant, feet walk back. We need to bear weight in our arms. Plank, breathe. Now, this is a little fitnessy, but it's always fun to add things. Remember, we're trying things in yoga. If you want to try it today, since we're pretty warmed up, feet go wide. If you watch me, shift weight to right hand, left hand taps right shoulder. Left hand down, right hand taps left shoulder. Right hand down, left hand taps shoulder. Left hand down, right hand taps left shoulder. And it's a little kind of like a moving plank. Remember, you can always just hold your plank for now. You can also add a few push-ups if you want. We will do chaturangas in a moment, but you know, something in your plank, and if you need to get creative to, you know, be enthusiastic, that's fine. A little twist on a plank. Ooh, I like that version. Some of you are like touching the back of your head. All right, nice work with your plank. Let's come to downward dog. First big inversion for some of us. A lot of us missed our first exercise, the forward bending. So nice big down dog hold here. You know, feel it out, right? Pedal your feet out, shake your head yes and no. Usually first stage of down dog is kind of just feeling it out. And then second part, you start to get a little bit more refined in the body. So after you're kind of shaking your head out, you're moving the hips, looking for that stickiness. And the hips go up and back, the inner hand presses down. Remember that, yogis, you know, I don't like to suggest the middle finger forward. It's almost like the index finger's forward and the middle finger is facing the corners of the mat, the front corners. The fingers are spread, but not like stressfully wide. You know, they're spread, but not like crazy, okay? You're trying to press the index finger, pointer finger, and the thumb down better. So that sometimes we get on the outer edge of the thumb, we want to try to roll the pad of the thumb down more. It's almost like your index finger and your thumb kind of pinch together in energy. Try to let the back of your neck relax, lengthen through your arms, sippos up and back. Once the body's more refined, next stage is breath work. Relaxing a little bit, slow inhale on your nose, slow exhale. A few more breaths. So remember, in yoga, we often say down dog's a resting posture. That takes a lot of time to make down dog a resting posture. Okay, so child pose, drop into your knees if you need, forehead on the mat is another more practical rest. Whenever you need, you go to that child pose, kind of calms your nervous system, all right? So let's do a few chaturangas now. Not gonna do many today, so let's get them in. We're gonna inhale, slowly shift forward to plank. Our basic Ashtanga Chaturanga, a movement to high plank from down dog is your inhale. Bending the elbows halfway or down to the chest on the exhale. Inhale, turning the top of the feet down, either Cobra 1, which is just lifting like a little, laying on your chest, okay? Lifting up full Cobra, Cobra 2, or even up dog hovering, and then using the exhale to tuck your chin, pull your navel in. The core guides the hips up and back to down dog. I think everyone knows this. I kind of recognize everyone's name pretty much. So there's one name I don't recognize, but
you know, this is some options here, yogis. I want you to think kind of flowing and breathing here. So I mentioned this version. Another fun version, yogis, if you want a little extra for your shoulders, peek up at me. I'll give you a little something extra. Inhale is high plank. Dolphin is exhale, elbows down, hips up and back. And then you inhale back to high plank. Then you Chaturanga exhale. Then you inhale to your backbend of choice this morning. Then you come back to the dog. So this little extra movement to dolphin exhale, inhale back is a nice little fun thing to add for some tricep, back of the arm strength, shoulder strength, flexibility too. There's also the more, some people call it like in India, like the northern Chaturanga or the northern Vinyasa, where you go like this. You don't ever like shift a plank. You just bend your elbows, get low, scrape your nose, your chest, your hips, up to your up dog. Just notice my toes stay tucked in this one, and I go out the same way. So I get really low. My hips go up and back. My navel, chest, nose slid back and up. So it looks like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So the last couple tries, we're not going to do a lot of them, so go big here, okay?
Remember, child pose is an option. So is things like doing this on your knees easier. I keep showing more difficult versions, but you know, taking a little knees, chest, chin variation, pausing somewhere, make it your own, please. Handstand, if you're ready, go for it, okay? Headstand.
All right, yogis, you might need a little breather, I get it, but we're gonna meet back in downward dog. Feet might step close together. Once you're back in down dog, inhale, right leg goes high. Let's just go right to open up hip. We already did squats and hinges and lunges. So open up the hip. We call it half scorpion in yoga. That right leg is like a big scorpion tail reaching up and behind you.
Try to relax the back of your neck a little bit. Lengthen through the underarms, side bodies. Pull the belly in case it's getting lazy.
Okay, big inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, shift to plank, right knee to forehead. Slowly step your right foot inside your right thumb. Drop your back knee. Just notice, look at my back knee in relation to my hips. Is my knee under my hips? No, the knee is back in space, okay? Press the top of the back foot down, big toe of the front foot down, and inhale, arms up. Couple breaths here today, yogis. Now, a lot of us are going to stay here, reaching our arms up, stretching through the front body. Big hip flexor, glute max stretch, okay? If you're feeling good, though, power variation today. Different lunge. Press the top of your foot down so strong, the back knee hovers an inch or two. Last few breaths. They literally call that power lunge. When we learn to start lunging with the top of the back foot down, they also call that power plank. We do planks on the top of the feet. Usually it's in like intermediate yoga. Once you're getting good at your planks and your lunges, you add that variation to
kind of make it awkward and challenging, okay?
Big inhale. Go slow, guys. Back knee down. Front leg straightens. You might want your block. Now, we are going to try something a little different. So if you want to take this stretch just here, do it on your own for a few breaths, and then maybe meet me where I'm going. We're going to rise up today. So I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to think balance and movement. We worked this a few times last week, so some of you has been in class. You can change it. Just notice my right hip. Back, down. So it's not here, it's here. I want to keep my spine long, my legs engaged. Remember, you can bend your right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you're going to hinge and pause. You should feel some tension. You got to press your feet down and be strong here. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge. Okay, work on the strength, the core integrity. If you want more, hands behind the head. If you want a lot, arms up. Try not to round the spine now. Last few. Remember that your knee can be bent. It does not need to be locked straight.
And we're really working on engaging the muscles above the right knee, the quadricep. So those muscles right above the knee on the front thigh kind of light up and lift. All right. And this is like a dynamic tension stretch. So you are going to get more flexible from this. It's important that we just recognize we overstretch the hamstrings. Most people's hamstrings are very weak. So I do this hamstring test on a lot of my clients where I take a rubber band and see how much their knee can flex. Most people can't even flex like 30 pounds. And that's a problem, right? With any training, you can easily get up to like 100, 200 pounds on those hamstrings. Easy, right? But it just takes a lot of time and we don't ever weight bear on that body part, all right? When you're ready, listen, bend the front knee,
plant your hands on the floor. Right leg goes back, shake it out a little bit. So 2 exercises there for the front and back body. We're going to go into something a little different. So it is going to be the same side today. Right knee shifts forward, left elbow. Now this is called fallen triangle. I want to go adductor, right knee, left elbow, shoot it through. Left foot down, look at the back foot. Seal down. Left arm high, front foot out in front of me. I want you to press the sole of your left foot down and really feel it in the inner left thigh, okay? If you want a little extra, you can drop the butt a little bit. Inhale and exhale, lift up. Feel the squeeze in the side body, the tension in the inner left leg. Last few. Remember, yogis, it's a power class. We're really pushing the strength challenge. So it's okay if you need to take a break, skip some things. If it's smart, okay? Now go slow. A little bit different here, guys. You're going to unthread the needle. Right foot goes back, maybe shake it out. And we're going to bring it down to the knees. So we did a back line tension. I want you to think of this as the opposite of the hinging and half splits. We're going to rise up. Feet parallel, knees parallel. Your shins are like train tracks, top of the feet down. They're not angled out or in, okay? Do not stick your butt out. Do not drop your upper body back. This is not camel. Similar though. Hands on the hips. You have to squeeze your butt tight. That's the key. And then I'm going to lean back here, keeping my spine in a nice long stacked position over my hips. And then I'm going to come back up. I'm going to inhale back. You can reach your arms forward. Yogis, the key is to squeeze your butt. I have to say that more and more because even an experienced person here tends to release the buttocks.
So you're leaning back, you're pausing. And the longer you can hold, the better. But a new person, you just kind of like taste it, let's say. So you go back, you feel that tension, and then you slowly come back forward, okay? Last few. This is for beginners. You can do this with somebody, that has very weak legs. You just move very little, okay? You gotta squeeze that butt. So when I have my personal client doing this, I have a stick and I like poke her butt and I make sure she keeps engaging it. Because that's going to make this a lot safer. You might notice if you engage your butt, the strain comes out of the knee more, because this is from the knee rehab series. All right. As we do front body tension, we're learning to engage the butt. And that's the same as plank, by the way. Same idea. Okay. All right, yogis, that's a good start. You know, what do they say? 6 is the start, right? You try to get to 6 rounds, work towards 12 or 15, okay? When you're ready, downward dog, optional chaturanga, a little reset, optional cat-cow might be good here. Something to kind of, let's say, reset the palate so you can do our second side of our 4 exercises. Now we are doing some awkward stuff today, all right? But it all starts with this kind of familiar space. Inhale from downward dog, left leg goes up and open. And you should feel a nice stretch. A lot of places to feel it, the thigh, the left hip flexor, the waist, the lower back, even like through your ribs and underarm. So they call it half scorpion. Your hips kind of turning open to the left. If your left leg goes up and open, your hips might slightly stack and turn open. It's like your left knee is the highest point in the body, okay? And let's not hold this one too long, okay? Big inhale, left leg goes high. Now slowly shift to plank. We're not doing a lot of these, so make it a good one. Left knee to forehead, round and squeeze. Squeeze deepest possible into the core body, okay? And then step your left foot forward, inside the left thumb. Remember to crawl your right knee back, so the back leg is crawling back slightly. Front knee over front heel. Press the top of your back foot down, big toe of your front foot down. Inhale, let's rise up. So your back knee is down to start. The arms just go up, okay? Now, a lot of us are gonna stay here. That's totally fine. Just work on pressing your feet down, like the grounding element of the pose, but then lifting from the navel up. So chest, arms, navel, everything crown lifting up as the feet press down. But if you're feeling really good, you press the back of your top foot, not the toes, the whole top of the foot. So your back knee starts to hover an inch or two. Last couple moments here. It's a very intense pose. No worries if you need to skip it. No worries if you want to taste regular high lunge as well. Okay, big inhale. Nice job. Back knee down now, and you plant your hands on your blocks and shift your hips back. All right, straightening your front leg. Feet should be about hips width distance. We don't want the foot aligned front to back. So feet are about hips width distance, okay? Lift the chest. Now these are the active hamstring hinges. Starting with your hands on your hips, you have to engage the left thigh, press the feet down, inhale up, you're gonna hinge. Exhale, hinge means I don't round the spine. My spine just goes down like that. You pause, lengthening your chest forward, rolling your shoulders back and down, head back, neck long. And then after that tension hold, you slowly come back up, okay? And then you're gonna try to get to 6. And you're gonna go slow, and you're gonna try to get quality body awareness. Remember, you can bend that knee. Yep, you're gonna be unstable. That's normal to fall. Nice, yeah. Try to hold a little longer, but remember that left hip, having that leg forward, the hip's gonna wanna kind of lift and go forward in space. So that left hip has to try to come back and down a little bit, okay? Yeah, this is a little awkward and, a little uncomfortable. You're doing it right, okay? Oh boy, we're getting low on time here already. I had so much planned today. We should make this class an hour and a half, right? All right, so now we're gonna go big weight bearing on the arms. So listen, next time you're up, no rush, bend the front knee, hands on the floor. Just kind of, throw your left leg back, shake it out a little bit if you need, 3-legged dog, or just kind of plank pose, just to kind of neutralize after the 2 big weight bearing leg postures. Even though this one is a weight bearing in the leg, I'm really using it for the arm and to get the inner thigh, because no warrior 2 today. Fallen triangle instead, adductor strength. So we're gonna bring our left knee to plank into the chest, but bring it to the right arm. So you cross it under to the right, and then you shoot that left leg out to the right. Outer edge of left foot down. You gotta seal your back sole of your foot down. Right foot seals down, right arm goes high. It's like a side plank, all right? And I did give the option today to drop your hips, inhale down a little bit, press through the sole of your back foot to inhale the hips higher. That's a dynamic adduction. We get very minimal of that in yoga, actually. Okay, so it's a moving round today. It's a really nice way to train the side abdomen as well. So as you exhale and lift, feel your side abdominals contracting. Try to relax your shoulders here a little bit. Last few rounds, please. Okay. Sorry, Badri, I don't know which one you're referring to. Sorry about that. She said they need a demo, and I don't know which posture they're referring to. Oh, now.
Yeah. So we're here, right? This is called the forearm triangle. Left knee to the right arm. I shoot it out off my mat. See that? Now look at my back foot. It seals down, and then I turn open. Look at that inner tension. This is the weight bearer right here. Obviously a lot here too, right? So this is it right here. Look at the left foot's in front of me. It's like a side plank. We do this one most days. Outer hip more. And this one's now inner thigh, antagonist. The challenging movements here. You know, that's a little bit like not classic yoga by any means, but I like to add these little kind of, you know, on this class in particular, Saturday morning. And your first goal is just to hold that for a couple breaths, right? We're all at a different pace. You just make it practical, like you start where you can. Listen, unthread the needle. I'm going to keep moving forward because people have been holding that forever. But it's okay to just pace it out on your own, and you don't have to do everything at my pace. Last round, I want to work on this today. The front body tensions. We actually did one standing earlier, the first exercise, okay? The lean back is going to really help connect the strength of the knees through the hips and the core, and that's what we're always learning to develop. Press the feet down, squeeze the butt, lean back, maybe hold, squeeze, abdomen in, and then you come back up. I'd like you to try to do 6. Those who are getting good at it, hold them longer, the lean backs, or try to get to like more rounds. That's the key to change, is that repetition, like the message, the demand of the body, okay?
Remember, there's like tension strength and compression strength, and we're just giving a little extra emphasis to tension today. Think of tension strength as like as a muscle lengthens, it has to engage. Like I said earlier, a lot of times you think of muscles contracting, they're shortening. Like the bicep is pulling my forearm toward my shoulder. It shortens and pulls. It's a pulley, right? But here, it's almost like the muscle's lengthening. We have to be strong in it, okay? It's like I'm resisting the lengthening. So really good to notice that. We get a little bit less on the average of that tension strength, okay?
Nice job, guys. When you're done, think of like a stretch here, okay? We're gonna lower down to the chest. We're gonna bring our forearms forward for Sphinx. No rush getting here. I keep moving on. You catch up with here when you're ready. I'm in the Sphinx. Now, a lot of us might meditate here. A lot of us might take simple version, kind of going here. Just notice I'm driving my pubic bone down, pulling my navel in and up. As I'm pushing my right hip down, I'm bending the heel to the butt. Some of us might try it today. Left forearm in, palm down. Don't twist, just push your left hand, forearm down, right hand reaches back. This is a big pose, okay? Press your right hip down, press your right pubic bone down. Pull your heel to your butt. Notice the fingers are facing in to my left leg to start. But what I want to do is actually turn the fingers down the ankle, out, and then even forward. Notice the elbows facing up. Right shoulder forward and down, right hip down. Last 2 breaths. And that's the biggest front body stretch of class today. All right, it's a really nice one. Okay, big inhale. Release your right leg. Come to Sphinx, please. Some of us just stay in Sphinx. I see a lot of us, we're just kind of bending that knee to the butt more dynamically. Some of us might reach back with the left hand, grab left foot. You know, that's pretty much the biggest front body stretch you can actually kind of do in yoga. Yeah, so that, just don't let that left heel go too wide if you're trying. It's right outside the hip. It's kind of like a virasana. You know, we do that posture a lot where the heels are right outside the hips. So you're
the heel is coming right to the glute, and maybe if you're getting really flexible, then the heel goes just slightly outside the hip. But the knees don't go flaring out too wide, yogis. Okay, they're still about hips width distance, maybe slightly wider. So it's kind of like a bow, but they call it one of the frog postures where the heel's coming to the butt. And in bow, we did that a week or two ago, you kick back so the heel's going away from the butt. It's like the opposite, okay? When you're done, release, slowly lower down. Listen, we're gonna roll like right onto our back. So just roll right onto your back, okay? We are getting a little low on time, and I still do wanna do our strengthening back bend. So I wanna do one ab trainer for you. Even though we did a lot of front body tensions, we didn't really, we did some of the transverse hugging in, so extra core work today, a little less standing yoga, all right? So we're gonna meet on our back here, take a moment. Now, the classic first starter here, lower back down, arms down, head down. Inhale, legs forward, maybe pausing. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, legs forward, exhale, knees in. But lower back stays down. If you want more, inhale, legs forward, pause. Lower back down, exhale, back in. More, curl the upper body. Inhale, exhale. If you want the full exercise, watch me here. Inhale, lower back must stay down. Exhale, watch the shoulders and the hips. Little pop. Inhale, exhale. You can add little twists. So every time you could come up, you could twist outside. Inhale, opposite side. But it's not really like a classic yoga thing to say, let's do abs now. But blending the modern with the traditional more is how I go, okay? I'm sure a lot of us need extra core strength. So we got to notice that and not be too rigid in what we're like, yoga exercise has to be this exact thing. It has to be, personalized for the modern human, and definitely we all need more core strength, probably, supporting our spine and our posture. So listen, yogis, since we did front core, how about we do our glute bridges? If you're feeling really good, it would be peak challenge posture, which would be wheel. So when you're ready, you're going to place your feet down on the floor right beyond your sit bones. Feet are about hips width distance. If you reach forward, you should be almost ready to touch your heels. Bridge, pressure lower back down, press your big toe and your heel down. Let's lift our hips, and then everything lifts. So lower back, hips, middle back, thighs, everything is up. Now you can grab the outer edges of your mat. You can walk your hands underneath your body. Some of you just want to flip your hands over your shoulders, hug your elbows in. All right. And then you push into full wheel. Nice, Ryan. Going right up into it. Sorry, yogis, I'm a little sore today. So I'm not demoing much. I'm going to do my practice later. Okay. So remember, wheel posture, obviously you can't hold as long as bridge. If you want a little extra in your bridge, you might walk one foot to the center, shift weight to that foot, push down, and one leg might go to the sky. On good days, yogis, try to get your one-legged bridge in. Just notice if your hips swivel. Try to keep the hips strong and lifting. The main goal is to lift your hips extension and posterior tilt, pubic bone up and almost toward the navel. So we don't want the lower back arching in our bridge, okay? If you're doing your wheel, please have another go. If you're doing your one-legged bridge, maybe switch sides. So, it's classic in yoga. We'll say, okay, back bending practice. If you want to come up and do handstand scorpion, we didn't do inversions today, and that's rare in this class. Yep, that looks good, everyone. So how about we go? Nice, everyone. A couple people doing wheels. And if you had a little strong practice, restorative bridge, if you need a little breather, you throw a block under your hips and just kind of rest there. That's totally fine, okay? How about we say another minute to 2 max here, and then we're going to take a stretch or 2 to unwind. Nice, yeah, one more wheel if you have it, please. Remember, wheel pose. If you're waiting for a day where you're ready, it's never going to come. You know, you're never going to be ready for wheel probably. The only way you're going to start feeling ready for it is by trying it one day, maybe 2 day. Okay. You just got to go for it. The hands flip over the shoulders, the elbows hug in. You press on the floor here. Your hips lift like bridge. You lift your upper body and your head off the floor with those arms. You try to relax the neck a little bit and straighten your arms more. All right. Nice little headstands I see happening. Remember that you really can't overdo bridge. It's also one of the top exercises I'd probably recommend and do regularly. You can wake up right in the morning and do it in bed. It's unreal. You don't have to be warmed up, and it'll get a lot of blood flow going, and start that back body strength, because the back body is what holds you up all day in posture, okay? So let's start stretching. I see a lot of you are already going there. So just a stretch or two, and then I'm going to leave you to your meditation on your own today, but I'll guide you in. Figure 4, you can start with knees into the chest, or even take a little happy baby. We did a good amount of squatting and lunging, so happy baby is a great one, but you know, we kind of did a lot of yogi squat, so we're good there. Figure 4 to start, right ankle at top, left knee, thread the needle. If you want a little bit more, you, instead of grabbing your left hamstring or shin, you could grab your right shin. Notice I am flexing the foot. It's called reclining Durvasana, Supta Durva, or the resting laying pigeon. It's often called the same position as pigeon, okay? And you're always welcome to add more things where you straighten the leg or open it. I want to encourage you to listen to your body here. Okay, so it's kind of like a hip opener of choice. But I am going to take this into a twist. Not a big twisty class today. I would stay here or even like here, and then the knee or both knees go to the left. Okay, so let's take a nice big stretchy twist today, guys. Reaching the right arm out, maybe left hand on the outer right thigh. Big deep breath into any tightness in the body. And remember, you're kind of on your own here, just listening to your body, a little bit more soothing approach now. You'll unwind from your twist when you're ready. Bring the knees into the chest. And it all started with the figure 4 here. Left ankle on top, right knee. But I was demonstrating the full variation. Just notice this foot is very active. It's not being lazy here, okay? I'm engaging to protect the joints more. And then a nice reclining spinal twist. If you're in the full release pigeon here, you just release the shin and take it across to the right. You might want to scoot your hips to the left a little, okay? And there's also, if you're in figure 4, you can kind of just cross it over. Right hand on that thigh, left arm reaches out. So, I want you to stay where you are and, take your time with your twist. Now, listen, yogis, this class is only, 50 minutes, and that goes really fast. If you want to extend your practice 15 minutes, do a few extra stretches. The time at the end of a class here, especially a short class, you might still have some energy. You can work in something like a headstand, a handstand against the wall if you're working things like that. If you're working on big flexibility, things like a straddle or a split pose, really good time to do it. A plow pose, working into your shoulder stand. If you want another restorative pose, legs up the wall. I like to encourage you on a good day when you're feeling good, a lot of energy, or it's needed to extend the practice a little. It's a short one, okay? But what I got to make sure you do is a meditation to close, even if it's 1 minute. That's the minimum, okay? You start with 1 minute meditations, make it very doable. Then you make it 2, then you make it 3. If you can go to 5 or 10 or 15, then you're getting really deeper on another level there. So if you're gonna, choose to end the practice now, I'd like you to get comfortable, either seated or laying, and just commit to, as the yogis say, just being. You're not gonna breathe, you're not doing much, you're not thinking, you're not moving, you're not breathing deep. You're letting your body relax, you're letting your breath relax, and you're attempting to calm your mind via calming the body and the breath. That's the first stage in this calming antagonist practice, is to just calm the body, the breath. All right. Work on calming the mind. All right. So I'm going to leave you here today, guys. Please do your meditation on your own and extend it as long as you can. And if you're extending your physical practice, make sure you do your Shavasana meditation. All right. So really nice job today with some more kind of unique things, some kriyas in the beginning and some poses, some tensions today. We will be doing a little bit more of a traditional practice next week, some triangles and half moons. We haven't done those in a little bit. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys showing up. Have a great rest of your day. And namaste, yogis. Thanks, everyone.